3-0 since our last show. And we were kind of, a little disgruntled about what we saw in that Raptors game. But after that show, we went on to beat the Raptors. And now are 500 and 3-1 on the road. So my question is, do you think everything is back on track, or are we not there yet?
I wouldn't say either one. I just think that, we're winning games now. I think that, it always feels better and looks better when you win, but still things that we can work on and get better. I just think that, in order to be where we want to be and the expectations that came with this season, you don't want to see it like sparingly. You want to see it more consistent. So I just believe that, hopefully we can carry this into being a more consistent and consistently good team. But I do think that will time will tell that more than right now. I think we lost some games, we won some games. So we don't need to play some more games to kind of see like who we are and what we're going to be.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you a follow-up, because you said something in there. Are you back to where you were as far as like before game one, like that level of?
No, I'm not there yet, because I think that the things we need to kind of still work out and see are huge.
Yeah.
The defense has been good lately, but I don't know if that's going to be consistent. We still haven't had our best, our full unit beating really good teams.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen it. So we beat Washington, we beat Chicago. I believe Joel's never lost to them. Then they had some guys that ended up not playing that game. And then we beat Toronto the second time. It's hard to beat teams back to back. So I like that we got wins. Winning can disguise a lot of issues that you have.
Shortcomings, yeah.
So that's why I said time is going to tell. But I would say that, no, I'm slightly probably below where I was going into the season, because I still have, questions.
Makes sense. Yeah, I don't think we're there yet. It's encouraging, but I do want to see us beat. I want to see us look good against better opponents. No offense to the Wizards or the Pacers. And I want to see us look good with Embiid, because that's our team, right? It's cool that the small ball looks good, but we need to look good with our guys, and we haven't looked that great.
We can't play the same like that, but
totally different, right?
I guess that's the next topic.
I also want to see us dominate inferior opponents. Beating them is nice, but giving up these big leads, having them come back, and we actually predicted this with Washington. They made it a game kind of towards the end and got within single digits, within 6 at one point. Mm-hmm. And then we got it back up again. But I don't want. Keep your foot down, man. Just blow teams out. I want to see that. I'm tired of the letting teams back in it. But I will say too, we won our first third quarter. Huh? There you go.
Awesome. You needed that.
First third quarter since the Toronto series, man. Game 6.
Definitely needed that.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of how we won that game. We kind of just took over the third. It was the opposite. We took over the third quarter and slowly lost the lead the rest of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you. I'm below where we started the season. Definitely higher than what I thought a week ago. But yeah, we have some things we definitely need to fix. Transition defense has gotten better. I think after that yesterday, I think we were ranked 10th. We went from last 10th, which is a huge jump. It's still early in the season, so one good game can put you in the top 10 in the category, right? Mm. But yeah, some of our problems are still there. They were there a week ago, but it's hard to tell with all the different lineups we have every day.
Yeah, and it's also good we can actually start to talk about positive things, whereas last week we're talking about at what point can be time to, let Doc go, maybe go Cassell. And now we're getting away from that BS talk that a lot of Sixers fans are really harping on. That's a step in the right direction.
That's why we said it was premature when we were talking about it. Like, it's way too early for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we talked about it anyway.
Well, yeah, when the Sixers fans are harping on it and stuff. Another thing I noticed last night during that game, all the players were going up to Taj Gibson, the veteran on the Wizards, and dapping up before the game. Then after the game, Harden, I looked at Harden. Harden only went over to the Beal to dap him up before say goodbye, and he also went over to Taj Gibson, and that was it. Then he left. So a lot of respect for Taj Gibson on the Wizards.
And then Gibson went back there and tore his locker room up for the lack of effort.
But they did play together in OKC, right? Or was Taj come later?
Was Gibson on that OKC team? So I was trying to figure it out because I think they played against each other in college.
Played there, but he might have came later. I know he played there, but I think he might have came later.
Okay.
When James was gone.
They definitely had battles at Arizona State and USC, though, back in the day. So maybe that's where they go back to, the Pac-12.
Because Taj is a New York guy, right? Not a West Coast guy.
He went to USC, but
I think he's from East Coast guy.
Oh, okay.
He went to USC.
Oh. Yeah, maybe.
He went to high school in this looks like San Bernardino Valley, so that'd be kind of.
He might be a West Coast guy. I don't know.
Yeah, he might be.
And also interesting too, the 2 games without Embiid, which we're going to get to that. We went with the lineup that Teja said that he would like to see if he were to substitute on the 3-guard lineup. Melton, Harden, Maxey.
Yeah, I've been saying that. That's why I say you needed to see that lineup more.
Yeah,
I don't know if you needed to start it, but you needed to see it more.
Mm-hmm.
Melton plays big, man. He plays bigger than his 6'2", whatever he is.
But you got those 3 ball handlers, and they can make plays, and they can score. They can hit threes. It just gives you a different dynamic. That's. I was just saying, like, we needed to do it. Like, I don't particularly care if that group starts, but you needed to see that group together more.
Mm-hmm.
And the teams that we play, the way they play and their size, allowed us to do that.
And his length really jumps out at you in person.
Now, we play Boston, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can do that.
Yeah.
Real fast, they did not overlap at OKC. Taj went there in 16-17.
Okay.
Okay.
They've been in the same city for many years, so I'm sure they've crossed paths a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny, just going back to that real fast. Eric, I mean, like, I'm sure you had people that you never played with, right? But, like, being a veteran in the NBA for a long time, like, you are just in the same city with them when you play them a lot of.
I mean, most of the, it's different now because a lot of these kids, or not kids, but a lot of these players in the league, when they're younger and they're kids, know each other. There's so much stuff going on in these circuits and camps and all this stuff. So they know each other at such a young age and really get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, spending a lot of time with each other. Whereas when we came up, it was like you meet some people in high school, and then, in college, there's some guys you play against, and then it becomes sort of a common conversation. But outside of my teammates or guys that I knew before, I spent more time like in the union meetings, getting to know some people. Like, you kind of meet them.
Okay,
or some guys who live in the same hometown, you kind of work out together. You have like summer workouts with guys, and you kind of get to know people like outside of your teammates. Like, that's how a lot of the times it was done. But it was, you just didn't know a lot of these guys when they were younger.
Interesting.